year 00193.21 on the planet Zorza, artificial intelligence is finally becoming available to the public. In a televised planet-wide release, two young girls watch in anticipation as the new health robots are introduced.
What would you describe these androids' purpose as?
Well, simply put, their purpose is to make our planet a better place. The androids are specifically programmed to advise and execute the most current and up-to-date safety and health protocols for all Zorzians.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Order your R100 health android today.
Who would ever trust a robot with their health? AI lacks empathy, but empathy is such a crucial part of medicine. I just don't understand it, Azina.
Well, AI is the future, Amara. We either evolve with technology or get left behind.
Azina decides to land her ship on a small trading planet for a quick rest. She never thought a life in the intergalactic transport service would be so hectic and demanding. She decides to head into a bar to relax and have a quick drink. As Azina is waiting for her drink, an urgent news alert comes on.
We come to you with breaking news. The planet Zorza has just had an outbreak of an ancient virus called ENGL-21. We don't know any more about the situation at this time, but we will keep you updated.
Azina sprints back to her ship and leaves for her home immediately. Once she sets the course to Zorza, she turns on autopilot so that she can research more about the outbreak of ENGL-21. After a few hours of reading, Azina finds out that the virus doesn't affect a victim's physical health, but it affects a victim's mental health. It creates an effect of mental confusion that begins with hallucinations, leads to experiencing a false reality, and ends with total mental detachment after only a few days. In other words, ENGL puts its victims into a state of limbo. Upon arriving in Zorza, Azina lands her ship at her old home to see if her mom and sister are still safe. However, her home no longer looks like her home. The neighborhood has become a slum of the city. Upon knocking on the door, she finds a strange homeless man inside. After questioning him, Azina learns that her mom and sister were taken to a quarantine facility just days ago after contracting the virus from Roark's so-called health androids. According to the homeless man, Roark's plan all along has been to use his androids to further divide the rich and the poor. He wants to eradicate the planet's lower class completely by spreading a deadly virus to the poor sectors of the planet. He believes that this will cleanse all future Zorzian generations of poverty and imperfection. It angered Azina to hear that the rich were living posh, safe lives, all the while the poor of the planet were ill and oppressed by Roark and his robots. Azina knew something had to be done before it was too late. In a daring attempt to infiltrate Roark's quarantine facility and figure out a way to stop his plan, Azina purposely causes trouble with some health androids so that they will apprehend her and take her to the quarantine facility.
Come and get me, you stupid robots!
Well, maybe that was not such a great idea.
After a few minutes of brainstorming how to escape, Azina realizes that the containment cells used in Roark's facility are the same cells that are used when transporting fugitives on intergalactic transport ships. Remembering her training, Azina performs a manual opening sequence that she was taught just in case she needed to open a cell when the ship didn't have power. After escaping, Azina makes her way to the facility's central office to search for clues and get some answers. Upon accessing the office's computer, Azina discovers that there is a known cure for ENGL-21, but Roark has kept it for himself and the elite of Zorza. Before Azina can read the entire file, she hears someone entering the room. Not knowing what to do, Azina prints off the file and looks around for an escape route, but there is only one door to the office. With no other option, Azina releases all of the quarantined ENGL-21 victims.
Hey, get back here!
With the file in hand, Azina sprints to the door and out of the facility. She runs all the way back to her ship. With only moments until the androids catch up with her, Azina reads through the file and discovers exactly what she must do in order to get the ENGL-21 cure. Surrounded by enemy ships, Azina has no other choice but to use an unstable time travel device to retrieve ENGL-21's cure. Azina jumps back in time by 3,000 years. According to the file from Roark's office, the cure was located in the sacred forest of Zorza before any Zorzians arrived on the planet roughly 3,000 years ago. Azina thought that going to the sacred forest would be her best chance of retrieving the cure for her family and all of the infected Zorzans. However, when Azina arrives to the sacred forest, she encounters something she was not expecting.
Who dares enter my forest?
My name is Azina, and I have come for the plants that grow in the sacred forest. Who are you?
I am Zorzan, of course. I am the creator of this planet and everything on it. What gives you the authority to take the plants from my forest?
They are the only thing that can cure a virus that infects Zorza. 3,000 years in the future, I must take them in order to save my family.
I will not allow it. These plants are the embodiment of my power and the very life force of this planet.
I'm not leaving without a cure.
If you want to take a part of my power, you have to fight me for it. There is no other way.
Then so be it.
Azina and Zorzan had an epic battle that was almost too close to call, but zapped of his power, Zorzan could not gain the upper hand on Azina, and he eventually lost the fight.
Without my power, I cannot possibly beat you. Take what you must from my forest. You have earned it.
Thank you, Zorzan. I will not take any more than I need. You have created a beautiful planet, and it is an honor to live here. I wish you well.
Azina quickly gathers a few of the plants from the sacred forest and heads back to her ship. Hoping it will work, Azina uses her time travel device one last time to travel back to the day when the outbreak first broke out. Upon her arrival, Azina enlists a few of her old friends to help distribute the cure. The people of Zorza's poor sectors watch in wonder and relief as the cure is distributed among the crowds. Even though finding a cure for the infected saved many lives, Azina's job still wasn't finished. She took the file from Rowok's office to intergalactic officials as proof of classism, corruption, and attempted mass genocide. The intergalactic officials arrested Rowok immediately and sentenced him to a life in prison for the remainder of his years. After turning Rowok into the authorities and distributing the cure, Azina raced back home to see her mom and sister. Healthy and safe, Azina's mom embraced her daughter tighter than Azina could ever remember. After years of fights and disagreements, Azina finally felt as if things were going to be alright.